What's up, TI family? What's up, children of God? It's Jeffy again. Got another story for y'all. But this one is like really, really serious. Um, it's starting off basically where I was in jail for those 4 months for burglary. And at our jail, the local jail county, you have different pods for different level inmates. You got your minimum, which is for like DUIs and child support, stuff like that. Then you got medium, which is for like, I guess, burglaries and thefts and assaults and stuff like that. Then you got your maximum, which is for like murderers and rapists and I guess terrorists and stuff like that. And so they had me on this unit called BE, which is like when you come into the jail, it's the first pod on your right, which is like medium security. So I'm on the medium security unit, and while I was in there, um, I only got along with like one person on the unit. His nickname was Boots, and he was a cool cat, and we had a good rapport. Like I would pretty much almost every day I would talk to him, and we would be like real cool, whatever. And during the time I was on the unit, I didn't really gel with anybody there because they were like a bunch of like. Now I realize they were all perps, or the majority of them were perps, but they were just like I was too cool for them. They were just like lames for real. So because I didn't really get along with nobody on the unit, I stayed to myself. Like the most I would do is like play chess with like one person, or play dominoes, or I would read my Quran and my Bible. I'd stay to myself and watch TV, and I would like write lyrics because like I used to be a musician. I used to play the piano. I played like Beethoven and Mozart and stuff like that. And I was also into like hip hop at the time, so I would write lyrics down and like just rap to myself just to keep myself busy to pass time. So um, I remember one night, I think I was in Boot's cell and I was talking to him, and we was just happened to be talking about the Freemasons and stuff like that. And I was telling him how my cousin was a Freemason, and he came up from the South to basically initiate me because we went to this wax museum in Baltimore. It's like a famous wax museum that's basically funded by the Freemasons. And while we were there, he showed me like a little bit of history on it. There was this white guy who was like a doctor or whatever, and this is during like I forget what time frame, either between the American Revolution, the Revolutionary War, or the Civil War. But around that time, he recruited this black guy named Prince Hall. Prince Hall was the first black Freemason in the world, and he happened to be from Maryland. So he was telling me about that, a little bit of history, and then he asked me would I like to join the Freemasons, and I said yeah. So fast forward back to me and Boots. So we're in his cell talking about that, and I was like, "Hey, Boots, check this out. Check this rap out I made." So I'm singing the joint, and then he's like, "Man, it was all right. It was all right. You know what I'm saying? It was all right. Cool." So like, there was this black dude that was on the unit, little short black dude. So he happened to be walking past the cell, and he stopped when he heard me rapping, and like he looked at me and was like, you know, and then he rolled out. So I was like, "What made him do that?" So I started talking to him and stuff like that, trying to figure out like what he was about and stuff like that. Just get a feel for him. So I forgot how we started to like talk about this real serious stuff, but we were just talking, and it was strange. I forgot what I said to like initiate the real conversation, but like I'm really good at studying mannerisms, like different people. Like I can tell like a lot of times I can tell somebody's a police officer, like a off duty or undercover, or a federal agent or ex-military or whatever. So I was studying him. I was like, "Was you in the military?" He was like, "Yeah, I was in the Marines." And it was kind of hard to believe because he was like a short guy, but like I like kind of just paid attention to him a little bit, and I was like, he might have been in the military. So I started talking to him. I was like, "Yeah, I was supposed to go in the Army National Guard, blah blah blah, this and that." So we talking, and then I think I might have brought it up. I might have brought up the Freemason thing, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm a Freemason." He just like told me, and I was like, "For real?" He was like, "Yeah," and then he was like telling me how on in the jail, like you know how they got like cameras in the jail and stuff like that, and he was telling me that like I think either at his house or at other people's houses, they can basically look at the footage from the jail live. Like they have TVs in their houses or in their basements or whatever, where they can like watch what goes on in different jails and prisons live. And he was telling me that like we should be careful what we say because like you know you got the little exit signs above doors. Like he was like, yeah, like they have microphones in those and stuff like that. They got microphones in your cells. Like we're listening to everything you be talking about and all that. So I was like, that's when like the real stuff started to come out. And then he was telling me that like they were following me for a long time before I even knew I was being followed. They were following me. He was like even back to when I was a kid because it just all started to click. Like my cousin being a politician because he was like a mayor and all that, and like it started to click. I was like, okay, so my family must have been involved in this because he told me that like my mom would give them different um belongings of mine when I was a kid. He was like, yeah, we have like one of your tricycles from when you was a kid, or no, a big wheel or something from when you was a kid. We got like different things that we're collecting that's yours. And I'm like, why would they be doing that? And he was like, we got like cameras in your house. We're watching you and all that stuff, and we're listening to you and all that. And he was like, we have people following you around everywhere you go. We got people following you and stuff like that. Then he was like, what else did he say? He even told me um that I had like one day, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but like I was always into the military ever since I was a kid. Like I was literally obsessed with the military. Um they have this channel called the Military Channel now. I'm sure some or most people know about the Military Channel. But before it was the Military Channel, it used to be the Wings Channel. And I used to want to be a fighter pilot. So I would watch the Wings Channel. I would watch the Wings Channel a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like World War I planes, World War II planes, Korean War, Vietnam, on up. And I knew all of them, like the A-10 Thunderbolt, the F-117 Stealth Fighter, the F-15, the F-18. You know all of them. I knew like all the names to everything. The F-16, the F-22, the F-35. You know, so then they changed the Wings channel to the Military Channel. So I would watch the Military Channel a lot, and if some of y'all know, they had this channel called Future Weapons. I mean, the show called Future Weapons, with this white guy who would be on there, and they would have like a whole bunch of like highly advanced weaponry that the government was developing through like Skunk Works and Lockheed Martin and all those you know different companies. So that's where I got my inspiration to really want to like become involved in the government. Like I had this little notepad, this little notebook, and I came up with these like inventions, these ideas for different inventions for new types of advanced weaponry like guns and bullets and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna go into detail. I might, I don't know. But anyway, I came up with these designs and ideas for these bullets, and he told me that they even got that too because it made sense because I couldn't find my notebook or the page that I drew my designs on. I couldn't find it, and when he told me that they was collecting my stuff, it made sense. Like they must have got the designs for those guns and those bullets, and they were developing them. He told me that they were developing them as we were talking. He said we're developing them right now. We're testing them as we speak. And I couldn't believe him. I thought he was BSing me. And then he even told me that like there's people in the government that know who I am. And he told me that like he even told me Barack Obama knows who I am. And he told me that like it's crazy, like it's hard to believe. He even told me that like the Queen of England and the princes and like different world leaders know who I am. So I was like surprised. I didn't believe him really. And then he was like, he wanted me to like, basically, they knew that I wanted to be a martial artist. So we was talking about martial arts a little bit, and he was like, "Yeah, you should go to this academy, go to this black belt martial arts place when you get out." And he was like, "We want you to become an FBI agent. We want you to work for us." And he's like, "But there's something you got to do. We're gonna give you a list of 5 people we want you to take out, and you gotta do that." And he was like, he told me like the men have to get 5 people and the women have to get 6 people. And like I said, I was really naive and dumb, and I was still in the dark at the time. And I thought that honestly, like in my heart, I thought that I was doing something good, like God and country. You know, the whole brainwashing thing. That's how they brainwash people in the military. God, this is for God and country. This is my rifle. This is my gun. You know, that type of crazy stuff. So I was like, all right, just stupid, right? And he's like, okay, so after you do that, um, we'll get you your we'll send you to the academy, the FBI academy, and we already have your badge made for you. We already have your squad car or your whatever car, undercover car or whatever, and we even have your service pistol. All right, everything is already prepared for you. All you gotta do is do what I tell you, and when you get out, you're gonna get it. And he even told me that they had billions of dollars waiting for me for the designs that I had came up with for the bullets and the guns. He told me that they were developing them and they were going to start selling them to different governments around the world. And he was basically trying to tell me that I was going to be one of the richest people on the earth. Um, it's crazy. You know what I mean? When I think about it, it's really crazy. Like, and I think it might have something to do with me trying to sell my soul when I was 17. Because I think when I was speaking the oath to myself, I said I didn't even care about like fame. I just wanted money and power, and that's basically what I would have been getting if I listened to him. I would have been getting money and power. If I like killed 5 people and did all that crazy stuff, like I don't even want to think about it because I don't even want that crap. But I'm just saying, like I don't know, it probably would have happened. And he even told me that they had a mansion that they were going to start building for me, and that it's crazy. And I know it's real. I know it's real because like I don't know if you guys are like studying this stuff or not, but they got something that's called like beards, which is like if you're in a fraternity like that high level stuff, that high level Freemasonry stuff, like you can't pick who you want to marry. They pick who you're gonna marry for you. And like my dumb ass agreed to it. I was like, oh, that's cool because I'm thinking I'm gonna get like some fine chick like Beyonce or something like that. And he was like, yeah, you're gonna get a really nice looking woman. And I believed him and all that stuff. So, uh, what else happened? So, damn, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, they was really trying to recruit me. You know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, he told me this one story that was crazy. He was like, one day we have a movie theater by the mall. I'm sure you guys seen the mall that I was at in one of my videos. So I was by the movie theater, but then we have like a huge pond that's by the movie theater. I was on the other side of the pond, and on the other side, there's a boardwalk by like this hotel and a restaurant and a public library and stuff. So I was walking on the boardwalk, smoking a J to myself, you know, because I was like a loner a lot. Still am for real. I'm a loner, so like I don't mind being by myself. So I was walking, and he was like, there was a time when you was walking on the boardwalk by that restaurant. There was somebody in the woods, and he had a sniper rifle, and he was about to shoot you. And he was like, "We know. I'm sure you know that we have officers that sit by the movie theater." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Well, I was undercover. I was undercover. I was in an unmarked. I was in my truck, and I seen a dude about to shoot you." And he told me like literally like he got out of his truck and ran up to the dude and shot him in the back of his head and threw him in the back of his truck and rolled out. And I believe him because he also told me that um, when I was doing my little B&Es, my dumb ass was doing burglaries. I came up with some guns. Like I had 2 rifles and a pistol, and I had a bunch of bullets for him too. But I had a 22 caliber rifle on me, and I used to tote it. I used to walk around. I was wild. I used to walk around the city with it on me, cause like I had got jumped in the neighborhood next to my neighborhood one night, and then ever since that, like I wasn't playing. I wasn't really playing with nobody. Like I was like, if somebody trying to do something to me again, I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna gun their ass down. So I walked around with my rifle, and it was always loaded, always loaded. So one night, me and my associate were leaving my neighborhood, and we're walking through another cut. I'll probably show y'all what the cut looked like in another video. I might do it. I don't know. Just so y'all know I'm not BSing y'all. So I was walking through the cut, and me and him, and we're walking. It's nighttime, mind you. So we're walking. We're going to another neighborhood. So on our way, we're on the street. So this white truck just pulls up. It was tinted out too. The white truck pulls up, and you know how you got like the right side of the road and the left side of the road? Like he pulls up. We're walking on the right side of the road. He pulls up and parks on the left side of the road. So I had the rifle on me and everything. So I'm like, this is strange. Why would somebody just pull up like that and park behind us? And he had his lights on and everything. He had like, you know, the HIDs, the blue lights, the blue headlights. He had those. So I was like, oh, this is kind of strange. It started creeping me out a little bit. I'm like, okay, either this is one of my enemies and they setting up to try and rob us or something, or B, this is a cop and it's time to get the F out of here. So I just started walking fast, you know what I'm saying, to get out the area because I felt like it was a cop, and I was right. He was like, remember that time you was walking through the cut with so-and-so and a truck pulled up on you? That was me. So I'm like, this is for real. This is real because how would he know? How would he know that? How else could he know that? You know what I mean? Either A, it was actually him in the truck, or B, it was somebody else that was working for the government and they told him about it. But either way, it's real. You know, so I'm just saying that to say that this stuff ain't a joke. Life is not a joke. And I'm making these videos because I'm hoping that there's at least one person out there that will see these videos and will understand where I'm coming from, believe me, and take their life a lot more seriously. Get into your Bible. Get into your Bible, please. Read the word. Read as much of it as possible. Even if you don't have to read, it'll be good for you to read the whole thing from Genesis to Revelation. But even if you don't, just at least once a day, open up your Bible to any part of the Bible. Just flip, and wherever you land, read from there. Just read from there. Because I guarantee you, wherever you read and wherever you flip to randomly, it's going to speak to your soul. It's going to speak to your heart and your mind, and it's going to help save you because we really don't have much time left. Like, this world is really about to end. And it was crazy because the dude was telling me all these things, how he was going to get all the, I think the dude, he might have even been the Antichrist. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if dude wasn't Antichrist because it was strange. He was like saying that he was going to make me like the number 2. And he was like, I want you to work for the United Nations and all that. Like, he was going to make me like a head in the United Nations. I don't know if I would have been ambassador for America or not, but it was pretty serious stuff. And then he was like, he wants to get all the governments together on one board with this plan. And he was like, whoever doesn't get along with it, they will assassinate them. And he was like, he even told me that like the Queen of England and all them, he was like, we're gonna make them buy your bullets. My bullet, the ones the ones I thought up, the ones I designed. Well, I didn't go into all the technicality. I just drew the basic designs and the ideas and the names of the bullets and stuff like that. But he was like, we're developing the bullets now. We already made like 2 of them and we're working on the 3rd one. And he was like, we've already made so many of them. We got boxes and boxes and like boxes upon boxes of your bullets. And he was like, we're selling them to China, we're selling them to Russia, we're selling them to all the countries, and whoever don't buy them, we're gonna just take them out. Whoever don't get along, whoever doesn't get on board with our plan, we're going to kill them. Like, and he was serious. Like, if you're talking about taking out the Queen of England, that's some serious stuff. You know what I mean? And he was even telling me that the reason why I would have billions of dollars waiting for me is because for each bullet, he even did the math, and he was like, for each bullet, he was showing me how much I would make for each bullet. So this stuff is pretty heavy, pretty serious. That's why I'm like, I'm not trying to brag, but it's like we're targeted out here, but like I feel like I'm one of the most heavily targeted people, and now you see why. And honestly, if I could go back in time, like I would have never did the things I did. Honestly, so I swear to God, I would have never did none of that stuff, y'all. So yeah, the only reason why I'm still alive right now is because of God and Jesus and the angels, because they want to kill me so bad because like I'm just spilling the beans on everything, but I don't care. But I didn't even get initiated, so I don't even know everything that I could have known, and I'm glad I don't. You know what I mean? But that's probably what saved me. That's probably my saving grace that I didn't become a Freemason. Because if I became a Freemason and I learned their secrets and their rituals, then if I even spoke about it, I probably wouldn't be here. So God got a purpose for me in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Donald Trump knows who I am. Because there's like CIA agents out here that I know that know me. There's NSA agents that know me. I know people that work for DARPA. If you don't know what DARPA is, it's like a high-end robotic company. They develop advanced AI weaponry for the government, like Terminator type robots and stuff like that. If you ever seen that game or played that game Metal Gear Solid, that's what DARPA develops. No joke, serious stuff. I know FBI agents. Um, I had to do community service for something that I did. So I went to this place to do community service. I'm at like thrift store. Not really a thrift store, like an antique store kind of. Like this white guy and his wife, they ran it. They were like really, really cool. And they worked for Pax River. Look it up. It's Patuxent River. It's a top secret military testing facility here in Maryland by Patuxent River. And he was telling me that like that it was real. Like my bullets are real, and they are developing them, and they are testing them. And the dude that I told you about that I met in jail, he even told me that they were going to hit my area with a nuke. He told me that Russia was going to hit this area with a nuke, and this is before people started even getting hip to like people was hip to the New World Order. But I'm talking about like Russia and America, like how we started building up our arms. Like this is like the new Cold War race, you know. And he was telling me that like yeah, Russia they want Russia to nuke this place. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else I could come up with to tell you guys. Not making this up, like I said, it's just so much going on in my head, and my thoughts are discombobulated and all that stuff. So, um, what else? Yeah, welcome to my life. You should feel blessed that you're not me right now, because I have a lot on my mind. I have a lot on my heart and soul that I have to bear. So, if y'all can, just pray for me. You know what I'm saying? Jeffy isn't my real name either. Jeffrey is not my real name. Like, I don't even know. I might tell you guys my real name eventually. But, yeah. So that's that for now. Stay tuned for more. Peace. Y'all be safe out there. I love y'all.